Health, supported by naturalness, remains the number one expectation with an extra dose of pleasure. 2/3 of consumers say that they have changed their habits for a healthier diet in the last 2 years, with certain nuances depending on the country. In Germany, people are looking for a balanced diet, including pleasure. In Spain, there is less focus on naturalness due probably to a more complicated economic situation. In Israel, health, this is staying fit and also boosting your immune system. In China, people are very worried about their health and really demand naturalness. While in Southeast Asia and India, food and health are traditionally very linked, and there is also a great need for transparency. In the US, we witnessed a recent move towards eating well and health concerns, while in the UK, well, this is the country most behind in terms of attachment to health. Healthy pleasure products, this is a must-have that has become a basic. 7 out of 10 consumers are looking for healthy, authentic products with simple recipes, little processed, without additives, or even 100% natural. An important conjunctural expectation is for products that strengthen your immune system with superfoods or super products. This is particularly true in Spain, in Italy, in Israel, and also in Asia, where consumers are worried about their health, and especially in China. Finally, consumers recognize the efforts of food actors, to improve the control over health risk, and we have +2 points on the recognition of efforts to ensure product safety and product security. Of note, the survey was conducted just before the April 22 incidents in France.
The world food offer is more transparent than ever in terms of composition. That's because consumers are more careful about the composition and the ingredients in the products they buy. They look for information by reading product labels, using apps that provide product ratings. With this in mind, we have observed several trends in product evolution. First of all, improving the existing product with more and more promises of reduced fat, sugar, salt, which are very visible on pack. In contrast to previous low-fat or low-sugar products, they guarantee the same pleasure and even more. So for example, a chocolate powder has less sugar but more chocolate, so a stronger taste in the end. The reduction of alcohol content and the development of alcohol-free drinks without losing the pleasure of drinking it is also the same thing. Improving the recipes by simplifying and limiting the number of ingredients to improve the perceived naturality of the products. And that's also why we are witnessing a reduction of certain additives and ingredients which have a bad reputation, such as palm oil or nitrate salt, even though their use is legally authorized. We see that consumers are increasingly looking for healthy products and more precisely products with a particular health functionality. There's a clear increase in the offer of products with an immunity promise. The COVID crisis was a powerful accelerator for this, since products with immunity claims were multiplied by 8 within the first year after the start of the pandemic. For the same reason, innovation with benefits on the microbiota continue to increase, mainly based on the use of ferments, so for dairy products or drinks such as kombucha or kefir. To a lesser extent, we are witnessing the development of new products targeting mental health, for memory with a growing older population, or promises of relaxation and stress relief with mostly the use of CBD.
The fact that we just crossed the pandemic during 2 years of COVID era now has changed our way of consuming in food service. First of all, during the pandemic, consumers have chosen more of comfort food, for example, desserts or some traditional meals that they used to eat when they were kids. But on the other side, consumers are still worried about restaurants that for 40% of Europeans are still considered as risky places to get COVID-19. So based on this, we have a really new attention that people pay to the health consumption when they go to the restaurant. 67% of consumers told us that they prefer restaurants with simple and clear menus to be reassured by the fact that products are fresh, natural, and of the season. 53% of the consumers affirm that they will eat healthy products during their snacking occasions. Finally, 35% of consumers tell us that they will choose healthy meal compared to pre-pandemic period. And finally, 22% of interviewed people told us that they reduced their consumption of sugar.